Hey everybody, it's Luke over at Galaxy Tech Review, and today we're going to take a look at the ASUS Zenwatch 2. This is an older model. There is the Zenwatch 3 out as of now. You can get these refurbished on Amazon for about $79, and these are very, very nice with the introduction of Android Wear 2.0 and 6.0.1 Android. Becomes a very capable smartwatch. We're going to take a look at it now. So here we have the ASUS Zenwatch 2, and this is a very capable smartwatch, even though they have the ASUS Zenwatch 3 out now. That's more of a rounded face versus this traditional style squared face that you see on the Zenwatch 2. This is running Android Wear 2.0. They did release an update on this about 7 or 8 months ago, I believe. This is the HyperCharge model, and it is the 1.63-inch display size. There is a 1.44-inch display size as well that you can pick up if you want to. HyperCharge will allow you to charge this to 60% in 15 minutes. It does have a phone function in it as well that has a speaker and microphone, so you can use it to take phone calls and make phone calls on your wrist, of course. You also get step counting and sleep tracking. You get watch-to-watch messages for other people with the Zen watches. You get 60 unique watch faces, and you can also download an app to build your own watch face as well. We'll cover that in a bit. Compatible with Android 4.3 or iOS 8.2 or above, and you'll have to use the included adapter to charge because it is a magnetic adapter. We'll get into that in a second. On the back, you just have your serial number and identification information. And of course, again, this is running on Android Wear 2.0 now that it has been updated, and it runs really, really well. So I'm going to get this unboxed, and I will do that off camera so you guys don't have to watch this whole entire unboxing, and I'll be right back. So once you get everything unboxed, this is what you have. You've got some literature here, obviously your quick start guide, and then some accessories information or features, and then your warranty card with your serial number on the back, so you want to hold on to that. And then you will have a few other things like your charger here. This is a standard USB to AC charger, and I will try to get in here. It is 100 to 240 volts, so you can utilize this overseas with an adapter, and it is a 5-volt output with 2 amps, and it is pretty standard. Nice and compact though, so I don't really have any problems with the design on this. It's pretty small. It doesn't take up a lot of room. Now, the charging cable on this is an interesting one. This is a proprietary magnetic clip. It's a standard USB 2.0 to a magnetic clip, as you can see there. It will clip onto the back of the watch, and I'll get into that a little bit later. Here is the Zenwatch 2, and there is that connector. Let's get this plastic out of the way so that you guys can see that. But overall, this connector that they have on the back is pretty decent. It's not the strongest connector I've seen, but it's not the weakest either. There you can see a better view of it there. And you will just be able to just clip that down and magnetically charge, which is excellent. Now overall, this is a pretty nice looking watch. I really do enjoy the look of this watch, and that's just my personal opinion. You've got a nice flexible sport type band on this one. They do have ones with leather bands as well. And then you have a 1-button crown there that acts as kind of a power button, home button, back to menu button. So let's fire this up here. And I'm going to kind of jump around as we go through everything. I'll let this boot up, and then I will come back and start to explain some stuff to you as far as getting set up on this watch. But very nice screen, as you can see. Very nice colors. There are some pretty big bezels at the top and the bottom, but not too bad. I'll be right back after this boots up. Okay, so now that we're booted up here, you can see there is kind of this home setup screen that we've got. going on that says, let's start by pairing your phone. Again, you're going to have this crown button, which is kind of a home back button to the main screen here, and a nice touch screen. We're going to take a look around the device itself and show you kind of how it's built and what I think of the actual build quality on this. On the back, it's nice and got a nice finish on it. You've got your charger on the back. You've also got that speaker for your phone calls. The touchscreen is very responsive. It's not overly huge or anything like that, but it looks nice. It has good brightness to it, and it works pretty well. Now, to pair it with the phone, we're going to need to get Android Wear. So I'm going to open up our Android Wear app, and then it says have a watch, and we're going to have to say set it up, of course. So I'll do that for you real quickly. We're going to agree to the terms of service there, turn on the location, and allow the device's location to be accessed by the program. And it pops right up to connect my watch. So now we are going to be doing this. And as you can see, it will time out after a little bit and turn black and white, and that is to save battery power, which I think is a smart move by ASUS. It's going to ask me the pairing request for the Bluetooth key, and then we are going to be checking for updates. Now, I want to say something about this while it's updating. Battery life, I want to touch on that real quickly. The battery life on this is pretty good. It's about a day and a half to 2 days, depending on how high you have the brightness set, how often you're using the watch, that type of thing. So I was pretty impressed with the battery. That's not too bad. The fact that it has hypercharging on it means that you can get 60% of battery in about 15 to 20 minutes. So that's not bad. Obviously, here now we need to allow it to read our SMS messages so that we can send text messages back and forth, our calendar, so we can add events and things like that, notifications, so we'll have to actually allow it to have notification access. And of course, this is all going to be a little bit different if you're using iOS. I don't have an iOS device to test this on, so we will just be showing the Android side of things. So now that we're set up and it's updating, you can see that it's syncing now. I'll allow it to sync a few things. And these are some of the things that you can see. We can get Zen Fit on here, Google Fit it works with as well. You can set timers and alarms and things to your calendar and that type of thing. And then there's another thing that we want to take a look at, which I'll get to in just a second, which will be the ASUS Zenwatch Manager, which I'll get into in just a minute. That is right here. As this is syncing up, we will start this and see if we can get everything to sync up quickly. If not, I will be back after it's all said and done. But we'll go through the setup real quickly just so that you guys can see this as well. You're basically going to be able to change watch faces in here and do a bunch of other things which are very, very useful with the Zenwatch app. And I am very impressed with this Zenwatch app. It even has SOS messaging, a lot of other things that you can set up that we'll get into in just a few moments. Okay, so now that we've got this all set up and ready to go, you've got some starter cards here that you're going to take a look at. And you'll see that the watch face, again, goes to that black and white mode. But you have a swipe up to get started. You're all set. Swipe up to get started and try swiping again. And this is just a tutorial to take you through the setup. So we'll quickly go through this. If you get cards, you can swipe to the left for details and again for actions. And then you can swipe right to dismiss a card. So swiping right will take care of the card and get rid of it out of the app. And then for apps and actions, for actions, press and hold the side button. So this will bring you to your app drawer here, where you're going to see all kinds of things from alarm to weather, to find my phone, Google Fit, flashlight, phone helper, of course Google Assistant and Maps as well. Just a ton of different things. Your phone dialer there, your settings, SOS, which is pretty cool. Will send out an SOS message if you want it to in 10 seconds, and you can set that up, of course, to send out an SOS message to whoever you would like. stopwatch, timer, translate, which is another one that's really cool. It's set to English to Spanish, so I will click on the icon at the bottom, say my name is Luke, and it will tell me in Spanish what I just said. So that's actually really cool. Helpful if you're a traveler and you're going to be traveling abroad or something like that. Okay, so then we have settings. We have wellness, which is tied into ASUS Fit, flashlight, a few other settings as well. Okay, to dim the screen, you can press it with your palm. So you just press it with your palm there, and it automatically puts it into that power saving mode. Change your watch face. Touch and hold the watch face itself. Obviously, well, not the card. There's my feed. If you swipe up, you'll see your feed there with all your cards. You can swipe right to dismiss all of them, which is what I'll do. Changing your watch face, again, we need to go to our watch face. I don't know why I was having such a hard time doing that. And then holding down, and you'll see all of your watch faces that are built into the watch. And then you can select one. We'll get rid of this one here. Again, swipe to the right to dismiss. And then you've got your new watch face up. You can then press and hold again to get another watch face, whatever you would like. We'll cycle through a few of them just so that you. So as you can see, there's a good array of smartwatch faces in here. You can use your photos. You can use professional, which I kind of like. This will do your step counting, your calories burned, and your battery life, which is kind of hidden there behind the hand of the clock. It's 63%. And that's a pretty cool watch face that won't draw a lot of power because it's mostly in black and white as well. So let's take a look at the Zenwatch Manager app. You can see that you're connected at the top of the app, and you can see there's all these watch faces here that are already included. If I change them in the app, it's almost instantaneous. You can see your battery life there as well. There are 61 watch faces included already, and more to download. So it's a pretty instantaneous process. If I am to do this, I can click right in the app, and as you can see, almost instantly it's sent to my watch. You can get more watch faces as well, like this Galaxy watch face, and that will transfer right over. Very, very nice. So a ton of watch faces to use. Now, another thing to note, which we won't get into today, but you can also get the face designer, which is the Zenwatch face designer, and you can design your own watch faces. So that's something that if you're into, you can do yourself, and is very, very nice. Taking a look at the watch actually on my wrist, and I have medium-sized wrists. It is very different than the curve of my Galaxy S smartwatch that I'm used to. It is a flat watch. For most people, that's not going to be an issue. For me, I've been wearing the Galaxy S for quite some time with that curve, and it takes me a little while of getting used to it. But it's very comfortable overall for wearing on your wrist. I didn't have any problems with the wearability there. The back is made of a nice plastic there that feels really good on your skin and fits very nicely. The thing to note on this is that you do not get a heart rate sensor on the Zenwatch 2. I'm used to having a heart rate sensor on mine. You do not get one on the Zenwatch 2. You do have your microphone and you do have your speaker, so you can do your phone calls right from the watch, which is great, but you just do not get that functionality. This is more of a watch that I would wear as a general wear watch. I wouldn't wear my Galaxy S watch to say a nicer function to more of a sporty watch. This is something that can kind of bridge the gap between the two. Removing the band is super simple too with that little lever there. You can replace it with any band that you would like. Getting it back on is easy, but not easy to do behind the camera, so please bear with me as I get this back in here. So switching bands out is great. You can switch this with a metal band. You can switch it with, any different color band. A less of a sporty band like the one that's on here now. And overall, it's very easy to do so. The band that's on here now is a nice sport band, very comfortable to wear. Again, comfortability was not an issue with this particular watch. Okay, so another thing to note about this watch obviously is the Google Assistant, so we'll touch base on that. Swiping over to the left 3 times will get you, obviously your app drawer is going to be the first one, and then your contacts will be the second one, and of course a Google Assistant will be your third one. Now there's a lot of different examples they show you here. You can just speak into the watch and it will do these. Set an alarm for 6 hours, set a timer for 30 minutes, call Jim, send a text to Jim and then say what you want that text to say, take a note to drink more water, those type of things. Show me my steps. Navigate is something we can do real quick. So we'll do navigation. I'll switch back over real quick and I'll click on speak now, and then I'll say something like navigate to a gas station nearby, and it'll bring up all the gas stations that are nearby, and I'll click the one that is the closest and I'll say navigating. Now this is going to work in tandem with your phone. It has Google Maps built in, as you can see. So you're going to have that launch on your phone as well. And then you don't have to even look at your phone. You can just look at your wrist and it will tell you when to turn. It will tell you all this thing. It's fetching route information now. And if we take a look at the phone, you'll see that it is giving me that information. So it's about 4 minutes away, about 1.3 miles. And then you'll see if we swipe over to get into travel mode here, you'll see the actual map with the turns at the bottom, and it'll tell you the turns and everything. Works really, really well. No problems whatsoever. As you would expect that Google Assistant, Google Maps, and Android all work pretty seamlessly. Pulling down on the shade, you're going to see your quick settings here. You're going to have do not disturb. You're going to have your sounds on and off. You're going to have a theater mode. You're going to have brightness boost, which if you turn on, you can notice it does get very bright, which will eat into battery time as well. And then you're going to have settings. So let's go into settings and take a look at settings really quickly. You're going to have adjust brightness, change watch faces, font sizes, gestures, screen always on, sound. Screen always on is a good one to have. If you want to save battery life, you can turn that off. Wi-Fi as well. You can connect this directly to Wi-Fi, so as well as Bluetooth to your phone. So if you aren't connected to your phone or you're out of range of your phone, it will pick up and still be able to work through Wi-Fi, which is very important. You also have accessibility, date and time, permissions, and then you will have your settings down here, or about, and we'll go into about and we'll check those out really quickly. Now you're going to have your device name and model. You're going to have revisions or versions, and you're going to see that we're on Android where 1.50, Google Play Service is 11.0.55, and of course Android 6.0.1 with a security patch of April 1, 2017. Now there may be a few more updates for this. I haven't totally run everything, and you can do that under System Updates right there. So that is pretty much your settings that we have here as well. So my final thoughts on the Zenwatch 2 from ASUS is that even though there's a Zenwatch 3, the Zenwatch 2, with its new updates to Android Wear, is a very capable smartwatch. This is a great overall user experience in a lightweight, very good feeling watch. I skipped around and I covered as much as I could, and I could have went on for even longer, but overall I'm definitely giving this smartwatch a thumbs up. The fact that you can pick up one of these refurbished from ASUS for about $79 or even on eBay for a little bit less, maybe even, is a great deal. This was Luke from Galaxy Tech Review. Be on the lookout because I'm giving this a new watch away in our giveaway that I'll announce in a few days. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, please do so because that always helps me out. And I'll check you guys out on the next video.